Hi, myself Salman. Congratulations on your purchase for Forbes Robo Vac and Mop. Hope you are doing good. Not taking too much time of yours, I'll be taking you to the demo room which we have built, where we have used carpet, tiles and marbles. I hope it is visible. This is the device. The first thing what we are going to do is we are going to take two brushes on which on one R will be written, on another one L will be written. We are going to keep a mopping pad and a mopping tank which looks like this aside. Then we are going to take the adapter, plug in, turn on the socket. We'll plug in this cable into our charging station. This our charging station. The first thing what we'll do is we'll plug in the side brushes. To do that, you have to turn your device upside down. On the right side, R is written on the device. R should be written on the brush. You are going to place it and press it. Same on the left hand side, L will be written, and in your brush also L should be written. You are going to keep it up and pressing. Now I am going to turn the device upside down. On the right hand side of your device, you will be able to see a red color button. You are going to on it. Then you will be able to see the LED lights appearing on your screen. The first things what we'll learn now is we'll understand the remote keys. We'll understand the remote keys, then we will move on to the device, how the device does the cleaning. We'll have a look at it. This is your remote. There are 4 direction keys with the help of which we can move Forbes Robo Vac and Mop from one place to another place. Like if I press right key, it will rotate right. If I press up key, it will move forward. If I press bottom key, it will move backwards. If I press left key, it will rotate left. I can take the Forbes Robo Vac and Mop with the help of these direction keys from one place to another place. As in moving forward, we are going to schedule this device also. So right now what we'll do is we'll set the present time and day. To do that, what we have to do, we are going to long press the clock button which is on the bottom. We'll press and hold it for more than 3 seconds. The numbers on your LED screen will start blinking. With the help of up and down direction key, we can increase or decrease the numbers. After 12 it will be 13 because this is 24 hours clock. Then if we want to change the minutes, we are going to press the right direction key. Then you will be able to see the minutes blinking. Again, with the help of up and down direction key, we can increase or decrease the number. If we want to change the day, we are going to press the right direction key. You will be able to see the present day Sunday blinking. To move it on the present day, we have to keep pressing the right direction key. To save the present time and day, we are going to click the CLK button only once. Now the present time and day has been stored. Now we'll move on to the mode button, with the help of which we'll be able to do cleaning on carpet, tiles and marbles and wooden floors also. There are 4 modes. Whenever you press the mode, the modes keep on changing. There are 4 modes. Mode 1 is spiral cleaning mode, moving forward, which I will be showing you. When you press mode 1, the device will start in a circular way and it will keep on increasing its pace. Whenever it goes and hits some particular object and optical, it will move to random mode, which is mode 2, which comes by default with Forbes Robo Vac and Mop. Then comes mode 3, with the help of which we will be able to do the cleaning at the corners, edges, near the furnitures and non-movable opticals. Then comes mode 4, with the help of which we will be able to do the cleaning in a zigzag pattern. In the sense, tiles by tiles we are going to cover it. Before that, I am going to use some coriander powder on my floor. Now, whenever we are giving any command to the device, we have to always remember we point the remote towards the device so that it will be easier for the device to the command which you are giving. This is on and off button. Whenever you are going to select any mode, please make sure the device is on. Then, as I told you, mode 1 is spiral cleaning mode. As you can see, when you press mode 1, the device will start rotating in a circular way and it will keep on increasing its pace. Whenever it goes and hits some particular object in optical, it will again start doing the cleaning in a random mode, which is mode 2. Random mode in the sense, whenever the device goes hit some particular object in optical, it will change the direction on its own. As in any other mode, the device will go hit some particular object in optical and it will change the direction. But when you select mode 3, you will be able to see the device is doing the cleaning at the corners, edges and near the furnitures. It will keep hitting the optical and objects and it will not change its direction as it would have done in any other mode. Now we are going to select mode 4. Then you will be able to see the device will start doing the in a zigzag way. In the sense, when the device is moving on one tile, it will move forward, go hit some particular object in optical, it will move to another tile. As you can see, the device is going to hit me, it is going to move to another tile and again it will move forward. So tiles by tiles, your whole area gets covered. As you can see. Then comes the spot button, with the help of which we will clean that particular surface which has been left. As I told you, if with the help of this direction key we can move the device from one place to another place. Imagine you have dropped something in your kitchen which is dry. As this is having only dry section, you have dropped something in your kitchen which you don't want to pick it and you want to continue your cooking. So what you will do, with the help of this direction key, you are going to take the device out there. Then you are going to press spot button. When you press the spot button, you will be able to see the device will start rotating in a circular way. It will keep on increasing its pace. After doing few rounds, again it will start decreasing its pace. And it will come back and stop exactly at the same place where we bought the device with the help of direction key and press the spot button. Okay, it will stop in the same place. As moving forward, you will be able to see it. Then comes the home button, with the help of which we can send the Forbes Robot Vacuum Mop to its charging station on its own. Before that, you have to make sure the adapter is plugged in, the cable goes into the charging duct. That's your charging duct, and I have sent the device to another corner of the room. And you have to always remember there is nothing kept in front of the charging station. 2 meters in the right and 2 meters in the left, so that it will be easier for the device to detect the charging station. and it should be within the same room. When I press the home button, you'll be able to see a home logo out here. The device will start itself now. Whenever you press the home button, or if you are using the direction keys, only the front brushes and the wheels will be moving. The suction motor, which takes all the dust and dirt inside it, it will not turn on. And it will go back to the charging station. In the charging station itself, you have a place to keep a remote so that you don't misplace it. Now, we will move on to the plan button, which is the last key available in your remote, which is on the left hand side top. If we want the device to be scheduled at, as it is 11:30 now, if we want the device to be scheduled at 12:30, what we are going to do? We are going to long press the plan button. There is a difference of 1 hour from 11:30 to 12:30, right? With the help of up and down direction key, we can increase or decrease the numbers. We'll put 1 here. You'll point the remote towards the device and press on and off button. You'll be able to hear scheduling confirmed from the device. At 12:30 every day, the device will automatically come out of the charging station. It will do the cleaning in a random mode and it will go back to the charging station. Another example I will be giving for the better understanding. Imagine it is 8 o'clock in the morning now. You want the cleaning to happen at 10 o'clock. Imagine it is 8 now. Okay, morning 8 o'clock. What you'll do is, you long press the plan button, you'll hold it more than 3 seconds. You'll be able to see the numbers will start blinking. As there is a difference of 2 hours from 8 to 10. You'll put 2 here. You'll point the remote towards the device and press on and off. You'll be able to hear from the device, scheduling has been confirmed. Every day at 10 o'clock in the morning, the device will automatically come out of the charging station. It will do the cleaning in a random mode. When the battery gets low, it will start searching its charging station, and when it is in the same room, it will go back to the charging station. I am going to place the remote now. If the battery shells get low, or if you have not scheduled the device, or if you are not able to find the device at that part of time, this is touch LCD screen. You can touch out here. The device will come out of the charging station and it will start doing the cleaning. If you want to off, you have to touch out there itself. The device will turn off. Now, in the front, you will be able to see a bumper. Whenever the device goes and hits some particular object in optical, the bumper goes inside and the device will change its direction. In the front, you have a sensor which detects the optical and objects. Whenever the device is going to hit some particular object in optical, this rubber is going to take the damage. Then, if you are not going to use the device, or if you are going to turn the device upside down, or if you are going to open the dust tank where we have done the cleaning, the dust is being stored in the dust tank, which is of half a liter. Now, with the help of a red color button which is on the right hand side, we'll off this device. Here push is written, we'll push, it will open like a car bonnet. This is your dust tank. We are never going to pull it this way. The device may get tripped and it may fall down. So you have to keep a thumb on the device. You are going to hold the dust tank this way and you are going to slightly pull it out. Easily it will come out. This is your brush. This is your HEPA filter which comes with a frame. We can open it from the right side. This is the primary filter. When you remove the primary filter, you will be able to see all the dirt and dust stored inside it. You are going to put the dust and dirt in the dustbin. Then, if you feel that this dustbin needs a wash, yes, you can go ahead and wash it. If you feel that the primary filter needs a wash, you can wash it with the help of soap and detergent. Please do not use hard brushes on the dust tank and the primary filter. And before fixing it back, please make sure you dry it. And there is a space given out here to fix the HEPA filter. You are going to keep it this way, and then you are going to press it in. Now I am going to close the dust tank. As I told you, you can wash the primary filter and the dust tank, but not the HEPA filter. How you are going to clean the HEPA filter? It comes with a frame. You are going to tap it on your floor. You will be able to see tiny dust particles coming out of it. You can tap it on the floor. You will be able to see the tiny dust particles coming out of the HEPA filter. Then with the help of this brush, you can clean it. Moving forward, I am going to fix the frame on the HEPA filter. There are 4 sides of the frame. On one side, you are able to see a physical line. You should make sure the physical line goes into the bottom and it should be outside. This is how you are going to fix it. Always remember never to use water to clean the HEPA filter. Sometimes if you feel that this place needs a cleaning, you can clean it with the help of the brush, or you can use dry cotton cloth. Now I am going to fix the brush and the dust tank inside it, and I am going to press it in so that it's been fixed properly. Now I am going to close it. Now we'll see how the device does the cleaning. As you can see, there are 2 side brushes which will do the sweeping. This is the place where all the dirt and dust get sucked inside. These are the side wheels which helps the device move forward. This is the front wheel which helps the device change its direction. This 2 pole goes into your charging station which helps the device get charged. This is your UV sanitization lamp. These are the side sensors with the help of which the device will be able to detect that it is moving on a floor or not. Now, if you have pets in your home, those hairs will directly go inside. If you have long hairs in your home on the floor, it may get stuck out here on the side brushes, or else your wheels may get jammed. How to remove the hairs? You are going to hold 2 sides of the brush. You are going to slightly pull it out. This is the place where you will be able to see the hairs stuck. You are going to remove it and you are going to again press it in. Same thing you will do on the right side also. You are going to hold the 2 sides of the side brush. You are going to pull it out. Okay. Remove the hairs and fix it back. As you have seen, the device that's sweeping and it's going to take all the dust and dirt inside it, and it's going to UV sanitize your area also. Now we'll check, as the company tells the device does mopping also. We are going to experience it. We are going to take the dust tank in the start of the video which I told you, and the mopping pad. Now we are going to fill the water inside it. 60 ml water goes inside it because after each room as we use lot of water to mop our homes, right? So the cloths are also bigger when we are doing the mopping. Here we are using a small cloth. Okay, so we are going to remove it after every room and clean the mopping pad and the water tank also. Sometimes if you have used dirty water inside it, the holes may get jammed. There are 5 holes, 2 on the right, 2 on the left, 1 on the top. If these holes are blocked, you are going to shake the water tank well. You are going to remove the green color cap. You are going to pour the dirty water outside, refill with the clean water. Then you will be able to see the water will start dropping. As we do mopping on our homes, before wetting the mopping pads or mopping cloths, same thing we'll be doing out here. We are going to wet it, then we are going to attach it on the water tank. This is a microfiber mopping pad. You are going to get 2 mopping pads. Then you will be able to see 2 screws in the right, 2 screws in the left. When you see the device near the right wheel, you are able to see 2 holes. Near your left wheel, you will be able to see 2 holes. You are going to place those screws on the holes and press it in. Now I am going to on the device. As you are able to make out the difference between the dry and the mopped floor, right? You can only do mopping on wooden floors, tiles and marbles, not on carpets. And if you charge this device for 4 to 5 hours, you will get a battery backup of 80 to 90 minutes. I hope my video was helpful. Moving forward, I am going to stop the video. Please take care, have a nice day, and please remember to rate our device on Amazon. You can write a review about the device and about the video, it was helpful or not.